Hello, and welcome to my new video series about Paragon, a new upcoming third-person MOBA. In this series, I will be covering tips, tricks, and strategies to help you be a better player. In this video, I will be covering the basics of the game, so even if you've never played a MOBA before, you will leave knowing how the game works and what to expect in your average game. Now let's get started. Everything blue on the map is allied, everything orange is enemy. There are 3 lanes. There is the left lane, the mid lane, and the right lane. There is also the greyed out area, which is the jungle. Although if you're new to the game, I would recommend just sticking to one of the standard lanes, because the jungle will probably be a bit confusing, especially if you've never played a MOBA. Right, now let's go through structures. This is the enemy core. You kill it, you gain victory! Inhibitor. Kill it, you get super minions. Super minions are a lot stronger than standard minions. They will run through waves of normal minions like it's nothing. And if the enemy gets super minions against you, you're going to need to group to take them down. This is the inner tower. This is the outer tower, which protects your lanes. And I'm sorry for your eyes, but these are all wells. Wells are basically points on the map, which if you stand on them and let them build a harvester, they will gather amber for you throughout the game. We'll be covering what amber is and why you should want it shortly. But generally, the flow of the game is that you turn up to lane, kill minions, kill enemies, kill the towers, then kill the inhibitor, and then finally the core, which ultimately wins you the game. Now we need to talk about something serious for just a second. You hear that? That's the sound of the prime orb being taken by an ally. Do you know what the prime orb does? It essentially corresponds to a card already pre-chosen in your deck. If your ally, highlighted with this pink mark on the map, takes it to that blue circle on the map, always on the enemy side, you get the buffs from that card in your deck. That sounds amazing! How do I achieve this, I hear you cry? Well, basically, you go into the jungle, fight a giant purple monster that I've decided to call Barney, and I would definitely take more than just you, because he will probably kill you. Firstly, we'll be looking at controls. As any PC gamer will be aware, WASD is the default way of moving, while using the mouse to look around. And then finally, there is the in-game fast travel system that you can use. You press shift, takes a couple of seconds, and then you will start to run a lot faster. Though be very careful when and where you use it, because if you get hit, you get rooted, which makes you a very easy target for enemies, and you end up like this guy. When the reticle turns red, you can use your left mouse button to attack, just like this. Now let's have a look at the rest of the abilities. Other than the left mouse button, you also have a Q ability, an E ability, an R, which is your ultimate, and usually the most powerful in your kit, and finally, your right mouse button, which is your secondary. For each different hero, there are a different set of abilities, meaning that as you may have guessed, there is unlimited scope once you add cards into the mix as to how you build that hero. But we'll talk about that in a later tutorial when I cover cards and decks. Now you're probably wondering how you level up, so let's go CSI and enhance. Basically, you hold left control and click the button corresponding to the ability that you want to level up. Simple, right? There are also little notches above the ability showing how many times you've leveled it up. Now let's talk about XP and card XP, also known as Amber. When killing a hero, that hero will grant you XP and Amber on death, but they will also drop more Amber that you can then go and pick up. This looks like little orange orbs or balls. Although when killing minions, if you last hit a minion, you'll be granted more XP and card XP than you would have done if you just let it die to other means. Card XP is really important because, as you see, there are 2 level bars, XP and card XP. And card XP translates to card points, and card points buy you cards and card upgrades, which are integral to the game and integral to winning. Another thing to note would be all structures give Amber and XP, making them well worth taking down. And if you ever see Amber on the ground, you should definitely pick it up. And now for the final part of this video, early game and laning. This player has gone for what most people would usually go for at the beginning of a match, a health pot and an energy pot, although he has backed at some point and bought another item and some upgrades. These cards will definitely help you out in laning because obviously health pot restores health and the energy pot restores energy. In fact, if he hadn't have purchased those and he bought different cards, I would pretty much bet money that he wouldn't have picked up this kill now. Now I'm just going to go over a couple of quick tips and tricks that are available in other MOBAs, but if you're not aware of them, they can really help you out. And the first one of these is an ideal called trading. And the whole point of this is to get damage off while taking little or no damage in return. And like you're seeing in this clip, nobody is attacking Gideon at all until it's way too late, and the Gideon basically gets a free kill on Twin Blast. And really the reasoning for this is because nobody attacked him. I mean, if he did get attacked, he'd probably be dead right now. He's done about 250, 190. Yeah, he'd pretty much be dead. So I hope this kind of shows you how a little amount of damage that you can get off can really make a difference between getting a kill and not getting a kill. Another strategy that I'm going to mention is really more common sense, but it does sometimes get overlooked at lower skill ratings in other games. And that is, when in doubt, farm it out. If your lane's not looking good, it's a 1v1 lane for example, and you're not sure if you can pick up a kill, and you have to dive him on a tower, but you're actually a bit damaged, just leave it. The farm in the long run will be way more worth than potentially dying for a kill. And that's just really general knowledge from any MOBA, that the minions are just way more worth than a kill after a couple of waves. Just better off waiting it out. Just bear this in mind. And my final tip is actually unique to Paragon due to the Amber implementation. You see these little grey orbs? They're actually your minion's card XP on the ground that your enemy can then pick up. Something that you could be interested in doing is if you keep them away from that for long enough, the card XP actually disappears and they've lost that forever. They can never get that back. They have to find alternative means to get card XP. One thing you could implement while I'm mentioning this is if they were going to pick up the card XP off the ground from the minions, you could just get a free trade-off, a couple of abilities, maybe a basic attack or two. You've immediately got an advantage just by them not being able to farm as well as you. I'm thinking that's probably all the basics covered for the game. In later tutorials I will happily get more hands-on and more in with the numbers rather than just explaining what things do. Obviously when the NDA gets lifted on the 18th I'll be able to use my own footage, as this has been a really... I'm going to go with interesting exercise because I've only been able to use footage that's been put out by Epic, but I'm hoping that it's been useful. I mean, if you found this helpful and you enjoyed it, give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike, but I would like some feedback because I've never done something like this before and I'm kind of interested how useful it is. I mean, is it too in-depth? Does it need more depth? I mean, anything's useful. I mean, if I've taught you anything about this game or MOBAs in general, I think I can safely say I've done my job. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the arena.